We've got to talk to John Halstead, who is a research fellow at the Global Priorities Project, because scientists have apparently said that there are 6 main dangers that could wipe out humanity, right?
Yeah.
Now, 1 could be climate change, 2 could be nuclear war,
right.
3 could be an escaped lab virus, which I presume has nothing to do with a Labrador, a drought, which could happen, or killer robots.
Killer robots?
No, it all seems a bit doom and gloom for a bank holiday weekend. But how about this from Paolo, who's tweeted out the 2 mics, and poor old Leicester on the brink of the Premier League title, and we all get wiped out by robots.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bit unfortunate. Let's talk to Mr. Halstead. John, a very good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you.
Hi,
now,
John.
I mean, call me old-fashioned, but this does sound like a little bit of a sort of pessimistic outlook on the world, doesn't it?
Well, we've deliberately gone out to try and find the most damaging things and try to provide a fair reflection of the evidence on them. So,
have you managed to come up with a sort of like a bookie's sheet on the odds of each one happening?
We've given a tentative ranking, although I don't think anyone's put any money on yet. So probably in the next 5 years, we think nuclear war, a pandemic, or an escaped lab pandemic are probably the most likely.
In the next 5 years, really? And I wasn't suggesting that you would put money on it, because there wouldn't be much point collecting it once the world's ended, really, would there?
Good point.
That's a good point. What about the killer robots, then? Where are they coming from?
We don't actually mention killer robots in the report, but it has been reported that way. It's just about artificial intelligence, the fact that it could be very powerful and more intelligent than us, be able to outsmart us, so we need to think about how we're going to control it, but there's no actual mention of robots or even the Terminator.
Okay, well, we had a report there. No, sorry, what's your problem?
There's just no mention of killer robots.
Well, yes, but I mean, it has to. I mean, the thing is,
some great research you've done here, Paul.
No. The thing is, John, that you have such a scientific background. The possibility.
Well, he is a scientist.
Yes, exactly. The possibility is that we build machines in the future to do things like the hoovering, the ironing, to drive our cars, and they suddenly get fed up with their menial tasks. They turn on us. Their intelligence becomes greater than ours, and they decide to wipe us out. That could happen, couldn't it? The Daleks could rule the world.
I mean, that's a possibility, maybe a quite kind of slight one. I don't know whether we're going to be killed by our Hoover or anything, but I think it might be the...
I suspect not. But we are now having sort of not just labour-saving devices, but I mean, cars are now completely computerised. You know, a lot of people's homes are now completely computerised as well. Yeah. There is a lot more that is out of our control and in the control of what you might call a robot, even without the fact that it doesn't walk around.
Yes, that's true. And the more control we give, the more we need to think about how we kind of stop them from doing things we don't want them to do.
Well, exactly. Now, John, this is absolutely the point I was going to get to. You have identified ways the world could end. Surely the next move for you is to go and approach people to say, right, now we have to put into operation methods of preventing all these things. We've got to prevent drought. We've got to prevent an escaped lab virus. We've got to prevent climate change and nuclear war. Is that what you work on a day-to-day basis?
That's the idea, that we try and influence people who have power and money and get them to do something about it. So there's 22 recommendations in the report. Amongst them are trying to reduce nuclear stockpiles, planning for extremely bad pandemics, like increasing lab safety, and things like that.
Okay, do you accept, John, that the world was wiped out by an asteroid, a meteorite, which wiped out the dinosaurs?
Well, it didn't wipe out the world.
You know, it wiped out anything living on the world. Wiped out Stone Age man and the dinosaurs. Do we accept that as a scientific fact?
I don't think it would have wiped out Stone Age man, but there's good evidence.
They weren't really there, were they?
No, that's a good point. But there's good evidence that it wiped out the dinosaurs. Yeah, so there's this huge asteroid in Mexico called Chicxulub or something like that. I can't pronounce it.
Sound like Porky trying to pronounce that. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, there was also plenty of species that survived, because otherwise there wouldn't be anything left. You know, alligators, crocodiles, those kind of things survived. Birds survived as well, John, didn't they?
That's true, yeah, that's true.
Oh, is that right? So, why was it only the dinosaurs who died then? Because they were bigger and needed more food or something?
I'm not 100% sure about that. I just know that a lot of people believe that it did...
You sure you're actually a scientist, John?
I'm starting to doubt it now.
Well, no, John, don't doubt it, but let me give you a tip. Watch that film that Raquel Welch was in, because there were dinosaurs around...
The one with the fur bikini?
Yeah, because there were dinosaurs around when she was around, so, you know, that's what I've...
That's basically your historical kind of journal-type research, isn't it?
Well,
Raquel Welch was in a film once, which was fiction. which had to do with dinosaurs being around at the same time as humans.
That's all I'm telling you. Now, John, quite seriously, let's talk seriously for a moment. Are any of these possibilities anywhere near close to being credible theories? I mean, you know, they all sound like the plot of a film script that's going to be a horrible ending to the world. But realistically, are we in trouble?
Yeah. So the more you read about them, I found the more worried you become. So the UK government's Stern review on climate change said that there was a kind of 0.1% chance of extinction per year. If that's true, that's like 5 times the chance that you'll die in a car accident. So it's kind of worryingly high in a lot of areas.
I'll tell you what, here's what I'm going to ask you, John. Does the academic community believe in things like the day after tomorrow? Because my son, who's 11, right, is at secondary school, he found himself being he's seen the film, obviously, but he found himself being taught by the teacher that this is something that could happen as a result of climate change. And I found that to be quite remarkable.
I've not actually seen the film, so I can't comment. I've not.
What?
Yeah, sorry. I should have done the research, but
you should have really. What are you doing with yourself today, John? You did any work today?
Exactly. I saw the Rackle Welsh film, pal. So you know.
What have you done? What have you done today, John?
What have I done today?
Yeah, what have you done?
What scientific...
any discoveries?
Yeah, discovery you made. Yeah, that's what we need to know. John.
Don't let him answer the question.
Yeah. Well, you're embarrassing him. He hasn't done anything today.
Have you done nothing? Come on, John, you must have done something.
I might have done something.
What have you done? Come on, tell us. You've been in the lab?
Came to work.
What have you done? Killed a couple of mice in the pursuit of in pursuit of scientific research or something?
Well, what have you done, John?
No, there's no mice on my hands, unfortunately.
Okay.
Well, we've got some here at talkSPORT.
Yeah,
we
have actually in the kitchen. Yeah. You can have them if you want for scientific research. Yeah. Now listen, one last question here, John. I believe that within a couple of years that the presence of nuclear weapons on Earth will be irrelevant, because surely we're bright enough now to know that if there's a nuclear missile coming towards us from China, all we do is ping up another one to blow it up in the air, don't we?
Make it sound so easy.
Yeah.
It's one possibility, but the defence systems aren't big enough to destroy all the missiles that could come. So, I mean, they take out a small fraction, unfortunately. So if Russia did decide to blow us up for whatever reason, then we would have little standing in the way.
Oh, Mr. Putin won't do that. Don't worry.
Well, let's hope it never happens. John, listen, have a great rest of the day. I hope it's a bit more fruitful than the morning so far.
Yeah, indeed,
we'll talk to you. Hopefully, the world won't end in the next 5 years.
No, it won't.
We'll get you on again soon.
Perhaps John go and invent something this afternoon. Justify the huge amounts of public money we probably pay him, or something like that.
There's no need to be rude. We've got lots more coming up in the next hour. We're going to be talking to Michael Bennett.